Hello, we're back.
Hello.
Yeah.
We're back. We're back. Welcome to the Round Table Podcast.
Oh,
Don't mind me. I'm the lost knight, so if I disappear every now and then, don't worry about it.
oh,
Hey, Resin, how you doing?
good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
A big shout out to Dancho, our first Patreon subscriber. Um, Great guy, and thanks for
Excellent.
chucking in. Yeah, so now we've got some prizes for the live streams when we start doing them. We've got a little 25 class 2 plot, which is up for grabs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
so
Good.
on Twitter, I just posted for anyone who wanted to see someone come on the stream and chat with us, just comment in the comments below. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. All
There
right.
I am. There I am. I'm gone again.
I don't know why you keep disappearing like that. Where are you going? All right.
Hey,
So
you don't call me the lost knight for no reason, right?
that's right. So
All right.
what are we talking about today, Builder? Where are we up to?
We've got quite a bit to talk about today. It's been quite a while since we've done a podcast, and so this is just getting us back into the routine. So we're going to talk a little bit about the updates in KOM, Sandbox, Knights Tournament, what's been happening in E2. So
Yeah.
let's start off with what you and Niza and Jason have been doing with Sandbox.
Yeah, so with our Genesis NFTs, we all voted to diversify a little bit because, yeah, sometimes it's good not to have your eggs all in one basket. Um,
Absolutely.
yeah, so we got a plot of land in the sandbox, and then Nizza, Jason, and I did some work. Most of the work was done by Nizza. We did some avatar work and whatnot. So, um, you know, we paid tribute to a lot of the guys and used our NFTs as a basis for some of the
Okay.
characters that we have in the game.
Oh, great.
And so you can see on the screen here, we've got resin and kind of the NFT from the Genesis collection that matches that
Right.
character in the game as well.
Okay.
And yeah, we just decided because eventually somewhere down the track, everything is going to be interoperable, and we're going to have different metaverse projects that are collaborating. And Shane's talked about portals inside of Earth 2 as well. So that's
Sure.
you know
Absolutely.
we want everything to be connected, and not just
Right.
be in one metaverse. Why not expand if it kind of gets other people involved in the Earth 2 stuff as well. Like, could you imagine how many people are in different metaverse projects but don't have land in Earth 2, for example?
Right. Absolutely. And I think that's the object is that with portals and stuff like that, the various metaverse projects will all be tied together one way or another, and you
Mm,
can just jump from one place to another through the portals.
mm.
Anyway, that's what I'm thinking that will the Web3 will be like in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's one of the things that I hope for Earth 2 as well. We can have some collaboration there with our NFTs, which kind of brings us onto the topic of skins. So this avatar you
Sure.
see me running around here in the sandbox, that's an NFT as well that Sandbox has brought out. And there's a lot of other projects in the sandbox like that are collaborated with them that
Uh
didn't
huh.
start off as just purely sandbox. So I know Bored Apes.
Right.
There's a couple other NFTs that you can get avatars for and things like that. So that's one of
Yeah.
our main goals for the Genesis NFTs was to um, you know try and get those NFTs as skins. So originally our
Sure.
plans were Ready Player Me, and now to brought out their own skins. So one of the things with skins is that you have to, if you want to have your own skin, you have to
Uh-huh.
basically vote and submit kind of like a design.
Okay.
And that was one of the things that Shane spoke about recently with the you know how we have like the T3 territory voting.
Yes.
So
Right.
we're kind of looking at the voting for skins where we have the designs. Um, oh, hello. Sorry, I just zoomed you out there. Um, I was trying to see your beautiful face because it wasn't coming up for me. uh, yeah, so you could basically submit like a design which has got like a front view and then a back view and a side view or something like that.
Right.
So people might make 3D models or they're very
Okay.
artistic. Um, so that'll be kind of cool. And I'm
Yeah.
hoping that somewhere down the line, because we have been such an active community, like we saw, um, they've been posting the T3 territory announcements
Right.
and the
Yes,
official
they have.
channels. And one of the ones was they put the Knights of Malta Megacity for Rabat when we did that one.
Yes. Cool. Yes.
Um, so and the biggest driver behind the T3, and we'll pull up the T3 here now, is that, you know, it's all about the tier 3 boost at the moment because a lot of the people that are buying are, you know, the people that are trying to get this T3 boost of uncollected ether.
Right. Correct.
Yeah.
And
So,
that's and I noticed that that you got to pay attention to the T3 territories that you're looking at
mm,
buying,
yeah.
because some areas aren't very active. We're on the contrary, we're quite active, and we have quite a few people in there. But, we still get a pretty decent boost on our tier threes,
Mm,
even
yeah.
even though we're relatively active.
Yeah, there was a tweet from one of the Korean users, Keymaker, and he's got a list of all of um, it's all the different boosts. I'll probably pull it up here if you give me a second.
Okay, sure.
Um, it was basically showing where the T3 boost is actually the best. So as you can see
Oh,
in here, Spain Madrid is currently ranking the highest with an average of
oh,
4.44 essence per day. So this is a really helpful tidbit that some people might not come across when they're, you know, using the platform and they're not too
right,
sure whereabouts these boosts are. Like you wouldn't know unless you knew where to look.
right.
So that one's a really good one
Yeah, it is.
to take note of. In case you were wondering, so a lot of these here as well, when you go to the marketplace, for example, it will actually be the prices will, yeah, so a lot of the prices will reflect that. So you're looking at Australia, T3, I think the floor price for that is like $200 for a 750 tile plot.
Right.
Whereas
Yeah,
in
it's pretty high.
Yeah, whereas a lot of the other countries that are sitting quite low on that one, they're not getting the T3 boost, so the price reflects that as well.
Right.
Mm,
Just like the US, I've got several T3s in the US,
mm.
in California and whatnot, and they're actually it doesn't have much of a boost, surprisingly.
Yeah,
Um, I know also noticed that the price was coming down on it as well. So
mm. Yeah, the because of the it was diluted from multiple territory releases in America, which is really unfortunate.
right,
There's a lot of people were really hoping that they would just hold off on opening the same country territories.
right,
But I guess that landmark potential is where people have really not held back. They really wanted to get in before, we have the token launch or we have
Right.
E2B1, and they wanted less competition. So, and maybe
Oh,
they don't need the essence boost, like some people, 4 essence a day is not much. You see the voting people throwing around millions of essence at votes, so it might not be as big a deal to some people.
yeah. Well, I think some of those people have billions of tiles as it is already.
Mm. Yeah, it is. It's crazy just the competitiveness around, how much money people spend. Yeah, it's crazy that like some people spend hundreds of thousands of dollars in Earth 2, you know. And
But
one,
the thing of it is, I think it's going to pay off. It'll pay off for them in the end if when the platform goes and they have the area to work and stuff. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see
yeah,
how it happens. What
yeah.
comes along.
I think if it depends on what route they go. If they want to sell the essence when it goes live, and let's just say it's a good price point, obviously they're going to make their
Right.
investment back quite easily.
Right.
Um, so yeah, the other thing, talking about the competitiveness of how much money you can spend. um, so we have our tournament going at the moment,
Right.
and
Yes.
the first winner was Gian of Evolve, he's very known as a competitive guy.
Yes, he
Um,
is.
yeah, so he really smashed that out of the ballpark with the smash carts. So if anyone has watched our streams before, uh, good old laugh with the smash carts.
Oh, that was fun.
Yeah, it was. But there's still plenty of other ways that you can get points in there as well. I think
Right.
you know um, sharing a post from us, for example, or getting people invited into the Discord and things like that. They're
Right.
quick and easy. But yeah, let's just take a look at the leaderboard and
Sure.
how that's traveling at the moment. So we've got a bit of a tie with DB, Gianna, and Merlin. But we still have the game yet to come out for this month as well. So
Right.
that will be land.io. We're going to do this month.
Okay.
Quick and easy. Everyone can get to it. It's on Discord. So, um, yeah,
Right.
I think people are going to be able to pick that one up rather quickly.
Cool.
It's
Cool.
like competitive Snake from mobile, if you remember the Nokia days.
Right.
So
Well, I hope we isn't Guyan getting Rocket League back together as well.
yes, that's
Are we going to
correct.
try and do something with Rocket League?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and
So
then
we've got a couple of teams, I think, that will be playing at least. I mean, you and Neil Ram played last year, and that was a hoot.
oh, it
Yeah,
was hilarious.
but yeah, the Rocket League. Speaking to a couple of people about it, it's like there's no end to how skilled you can get at it
Right.
because it's
Yes.
like soccer basically. And the dynamics and the being able to fly around and stuff like that, like that's really hard to do. um, because you're
Yes.
basically flying and spinning around, and yeah, no, it's good fun. I've been playing it a fair bit, so I'll be playing this year.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Good.
I've got
So.
I've got a team with my little brother who's been playing for 3 years, so I'm
Oh,
hoping that'll
wow.
he's been training me. I
Cool.
might be a
Oh,
goalie,
good.
but no, I'm looking forward to that.
All right. So,
Yeah. So just on the back end
um,
of the going back to the sandbox as well.
okay.
Um, so if and we just published our experience today. If anyone wanted to go and check it out, they can go into the sandbox map, and all you have to do
Yeah.
is type in Knights of Malta, and that should come up as the first one there. And if you're not too
There you
sure,
go.
we can have a look down here, and that's where we are there. It's just a little
All
one,
right.
just a
Yep.
one tile, but I think it's enough space for us to do what we wanted to do. If anyone's interested in
Cool.
that, they can just jump on. It's free to play, so you don't need to pay anything. You just need to make a free account, basically.
Cool.
Which I'm assuming that's kind of like what E2 will go to um, when we have E2V1.
Right. Correct.
So what's your prediction for when E2V1 launches this year? Because last time you
As
said
no.
90 days.
Yeah. Well, that's yeah. I'm not making any predictions this time.
Yeah, it's too hard to
I
predict.
I think they. I think Shane's has alluded that it will come out this year.
Hmm.
A couple of times he's made some pretty strong, you know, gestures that it would be launching this year. So
Yeah.
I don't
So,
know. We'll see.
well, let's have a look and see what Shane's been saying lately.
Sure. Let's do.
So, this is the post for the skins. So he's got here a little heads up. Be sure to keep an eye out here on X or the Earth2 socials for incoming E2V1 alpha test application form.
Right.
So I think that will be one to watch as well. And just
Right.
talking
That
about the
that's
skin.
supposed to be coming out sometime in the next few days or a couple of weeks anyway. I think.
Well, look, when Shane says be sure to keep an eye out,
Oh,
we don't
that's
know
right.
when that's going to be, but maybe it's just a little bit of hype that is generated there. Um,
Right.
so that's that one there. And
Okay.
we've had some really good giveaways as well. I know the Discord's had a few trivias giving away skins and tiles as well with resources, which is great. Um, this is what I really like about the skins here.
New skins,
So
the modifications.
that's right. So this is just the standard Valentine's Day skin, and then
Right.
also with a dash of gold.
The mods. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So they are doing a lot of interesting things with the skins. Like I really like the skins,
Uh huh.
in the sense of their low poly and high poly models seem to do, I mean, by comparison to some of the other projects that we've seen, so Decentraland and Sandbox, for example,
They're
like,
all low. They're all fairly low poly, and
yeah, that's right.
you know,
So
and we're looking at going a much higher end on that. So
yeah, that's right. So even the you know, saying that it's a $50 billion interest industry just with gaming skins alone, which is just
yes,
phenomenal. And they've done a really good job. I'd question what is high poly and low poly in here and what we're going to see in E2V1, but I guess the end goal is that we will eventually see these higher definition skins coming through. Um,
absolutely.
and we're still waiting on the male character as well.
Right. Yeah.
So we got Kayang. We don't know what the male version of Kayang will be,
No, we don't.
but did you notice anything?
He's probably going to be coming out with that pretty soon. I would think.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe not. I don't know.
the feedback is, if people want to get involved with all of these different updates that they're coming out with, so the T3 releases and the skins as well, like you got to be careful. Like, every couple of days for a new territory and every couple of weeks for new skins, which is like maybe $30 a territory. If you want to buy 750, it's at least $75. That's $100 every couple of weeks, every week.
Right.
So to really stay in the game, I suppose it's still needing a bit of funds to put in. And I know some people aren't doing it. Like, I'm not buying a territory release every time it comes out. I don't think you are.
No, no, I'm not.
Yeah.
I've kind of looked at territories I'm interested in. I've got the ones I'm actually really interested in.
Mm.
But Um, I don't know why, but whatever reason, I can't. I've never been able to get onto the map fast enough
Mm,
to buy a property um, at 10 cents
yeah,
or even lower.
yeah,
And so for the high end areas, like I'm not even trying anymore. I'll just go to the marketplace as soon as it's open, as soon
yeah.
as it pops on the marketplace and buy a couple.
But
You know,
even some
so
of these are still sitting anywhere between. Well, we won't count Bournemouth because that's sold out
right,
at 10
right.
cents. It was only 6,500 tiles anyway. And that
Who
was
who sold that? Who was that? Because Bulma didn't have that many tiles to
no.
begin with.
There's I guess you could call it a bug, but it's a loophole basically. So you can select the first tile in the territory, and
Uh
then
huh.
the rest of the tiles you can select outside of the territory, and it still gives you
Oh,
that
right.
price.
Okay.
So we've seen bugs like that in Oman, where there's like little patches in the border, and it might be a map box issue
Ah,
where you can
okay.
select one tile in there and then go the rest of the maximum elsewhere and still get it at that
And,
cheaper price.
wow.
Yeah. So you still got at least 15 to 20 here that are still under 20 cents a tile, which is still pretty
Oh,
decent.
yes.
Even
Right.
Madrid, for example, which is based on what we saw in the uh, on
Yes.
Keymaker's
And
Twitter,
the right.
it
Yes.
was
Madrid.
saying like the maximum. Yeah.
Yeah, Madrid's a pretty good. Madrid's uh, um, generating a lot of essence.
Mm. Yeah.
Spain has been doing a lot of essence.
Yeah.
Um, then Germany also. But anyway,
Mm.
you're so
Yeah. I
I
mean,
lost career.
yeah. I ended up getting an Australian plot which was doing quite well with Essence too. And
Oh,
it was
yes.
so funny. DB and I both bought a university in Queensland. So
Okay.
yeah, so I used to live in Queensland, so I know the area a little bit.
All right.
And we both have some very high ranking universities on the Gold Coast, which is kind of cool. And no one else was really buying around there. They were all going for the coastline, which is where people
Yeah.
visit. But
Yeah.
don't,
I've got three of yeah. I got three or four properties in Australia as well,
yeah,
Queensland.
yeah. It's a good place. Good place, especially for tourism, that's for sure. So that might be something that will come up when we get augmented reality and things like that, which
Right.
we're seeing that in a lot of places anyway.
Right.
There's been some developments in AI. I don't know if you saw uh, Chat GPT, the guys Open AI.
I not recently. I saw an article, a couple of different articles I was going to check out later on
Mm,
about some new developments in AI and stuff, but I haven't looked at them yet.
yeah, so OpenAI has brought out Sora, which is basically it can generate up to a minute worth of videos, which is all AI generated.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
I have seen some other projects which you could get 5 to 10 second videos.
Uh huh.
Look, you can tell it's that this is the problem with AI is that you can tell when it's AI if you spend enough time looking at AI stuff, you can tell. Maybe not
Right.
the
Right.
your regular Joe Blow can tell, if they're not
Right.
really interested in it, they'll just go, "Oh yeah, that's a cool video." Like we saw, I think there was some ads in the Super Bowl maybe or about it outside of it that you could definitely tell were AI generated.
Right. Because they had six fingers on a hand,
Hmm.
or they had other things that were somebody else. Somebody had three arms,
Yeah, yeah. And the face
stuff
kind
like
of
that.
is suffers from dysmorphia or something.
Right.
You know. So yeah, no, it's quite interesting the development, especially around. AI and what they're doing. I think
Right.
a lot of people have been, and myself included, have mentioned it to Earth 2 team that, this is a tool that could be used to help fast track the development, especially around coding.
Right. But you have to
Um,
be careful. You have to you have to really go through it though. I imagine. I don't know. I haven't
yeah,
been into coding in so long.
yeah,
It's a whole new get ball game. So,
yeah, that's it. Well, hopefully they're whatever they're doing, trying to be work as efficiently as possible because obviously
right.
there's a few deadlines coming up, so
Right.
we
Absolutely.
want that ball rolling. Um, so the other thing too, so we've got we're doing the stream. So the next one we're gonna do, I think we've done pretty well so far, aside from you disappearing half the time. Um,
It's all good. It's
yeah.
all good.
So the next one that we want to do, we're gonna get some people live, and
Okay.
they can ask questions, or someone might be able to even jump on with us, Builder,
All right.
which should be
You want
fair.
to talk a little bit about our Patreon first?
Yes. So we set up the Patreon purely to facilitate some prizes and giveaways. So if anyone's interested, I'll
Okay.
post the link in the description for you. And there's three different tiers, so it's quite affordable if you're interested. So we have the bronze tier, which is only 4.99 USD, and it just contributes to the um, the prize pool, so to speak.
Okay.
So
Cool.
we'll do some giveaways, um, where it's like, so this one, for example, we've got 25 class 2 tiles in Malta, which is, I think the
Right.
the tier ones are always a good prize to have, because you few and far between.
Right.
And yeah, who knows? We might get some more subscribers after this, and then we can get even bigger prizes. So, yeah, so for
Sure.
this one, we're gonna have comment below who you want to see come on the podcast and chat with us. Who do you want to chat with, Builder? Who do you want to talk to?
Hmm. Yana,
Yeah,
I Yana and Kissy, they're the ones that always keep me up to date.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I am terrible on the social media stuff, and if it wasn't for Yana and Kissy, I would be completely in the dark. Of
yeah,
course,
that's it.
you helped me out on that as well. So,
Yeah, when we do the podcast, I'm usually keeping you up to date there. Um, yeah, I think Yana and Kissy have both said before that they don't want to jump on. That
right.
like
No,
in
that's
general,
all right.
not just with us, but even with Pacey as well.
Right.
I think it'd be cool to get Yana with her little green avatar.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yes.
Um,
I don't. I'm not. I'm not sure. I mean, it'd be nice to talk. Have Nisa on here and talk about how all the work that he's been putting into the KOM projects and stuff like that. I think that would really be neat to have him on.
yeah, I thought we
You
already
know.
had him on. Maybe we didn't.
Nope, we've never had him. We've never had him on the podcast. We had Jason on,
Yes, I
and
remember.
we were talking about his projects and whatnot. And it would be nice to have him back on again as well to take a look and see what more what more he's been doing. Of course, he's been helping quite a bit, I guess, in the Sandbox project.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, that's right. He's a
Guyan, we could have on,
oh
about
yeah,
talking about his projects with Evo
yeah,
and Rocket and stuff. There's a lot of people we could probably get on and talk about what's
yeah,
happening and what their thoughts are in Earth Two and what they think, what they look forward to seeing happening in Earth Two. Everybody has a different perspective on what they think of Earth Two, and I think it's nice to have all those different perspectives.
yeah.
So
I think you've given us a good spread of, if people aren't too sure about who they want to put in the comments, now they've got a couple of ideas.
sure,
Yeah, I saw Pacey tweeted, posted. I don't think they call it tweeted anymore.
No,
Um,
I don't know what they call it. We call it tweet, but it's
yeah,
not.
yeah, it's a
I
hard
mean,
trend.
Xing sounds kind of weird, you know?
Yeah, it's a little bit malevolent. But yeah, Pacey suggested some of the older content creators. I think there might be a few people out there who are wondering, from the early days, they saw these streamers or content creators and they're wondering, what are they up to now?
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, One Tile Nation. What the heck is his name?
Wizard Oz.
Wizard.
Yeah,
Yeah, Wizard Oz.
yeah, yeah, great guy.
Haven't seen or heard from him in a long time.
He's still around. I think there's a couple of them that are still hiding in the background, not making too much noise. Yeah, so I think Meta was another one that was quite popular.
Uh-huh.
And I have seen him floating around talking a little bit about Earth 2, and I think we'll see a lot of these guys come back um, with a bit more presence when we have the token launch and E2V1, because that's where the excitement is at the moment is the token launch, and it's
Right,
more so because of the exposure than anything to it's going to draw more people into the project, which is good for
right.
everyone. Yeah.
Good. All right.
Yeah, so that's our
So,
little competition that we'll have in the comments. So post below who you want to see come on the podcast. Um, if you don't know who to vote for, you can say someone like Nizar or even Gian. They're very I'd love to have both of them on. DB would be hilarious. He has some really funny stuff to say.
right.
Yeah, no, and great guy as well. So, I'm trying to think if there's anything that we've missed. Ah, yes. So we have on our website now, um, we have gone through a couple of different suppliers with our merch, and
Oh, yes.
it's not um, it's not raving, but we have had quite a lot of activity with our merch. So I want to get some more stuff done as well, because I've got the KOM hoodie, and that first edition that we had, which is through E2 Shop, they were really good quality brand. I really liked that hoodie.
Uh-huh.
The second edition stuff that we had, unfortunately, it's hard to tell how good the quality is, and the quality wasn't really where I wanted it to be. So the print on mine specifically, after a couple of washes came out, which is really quite unfortunate. So
Oh, yeah.
hopefully no one else who bought from there is having those same issues. But yeah, no. So we got the shop back up onto our website. So originally it was on a third party and now it's on our website. So this
Okay.
price here is not in US dollars, that's in Australian dollars, which is the conversion would be something like 22 dollars or something USD for that. So
Right.
I've
Okay.
always been very firm on with the merch, for example, we don't want to really make profit from it. We just want to sell it at cost, just
Right.
just to have it
Sure.
there, so then people can be proud of such an active project that we have going on.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I,
And we become more popular, our Merc will be more popular.
yeah, well, we're gonna add some more stuff to it. So I really like this design here, and this was just the NFT.
Okay.
So that's number one, the first KOM NFT which I own. So I've chucked that
Okay.
design on there, and I do still have a little bit of work to do in the website. So adding some more things like mugs and some more designs. So we did have
Sure.
some designs. Ulrich done the one where it has the knight with the mug, and then it talks
Right.
about rating a few like punchy
Yep.
sort of
Yep.
taglines.
I have one.
Yeah. So yeah, no, that would be really good to do. Um, some more designs on that and get people involved, and that's another benefit to the Patreon as well. So our gold tier. You sign up, and I think it's about 20 USD a month or something. And you get some free merch, and you can come on the podcast whenever you want and submit questions to our podcast that we can answer for you as well.
Right.
And we do with the Patreon too. We're doing a shout out, so you would have noticed at the start. Gave a big shout out to Dancho. So now he gets two shout outs.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like it's a bit of advertising as well. So if people want to, a shout out for contributing towards what we're doing in our giveaways, then they can jump on board with that.
Hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I have an
So,
idea. I'll talk to you about it later,
hmm, an idea.
or I can talk to you about it now.
Yeah, yeah,
You're talking about
we've got some time.
okay. Um, People in the gold in the gold tier.
Hmm.
Why not? If they have a project or they have something they want to advertise,
Ah,
we
yeah.
can advertise it in. We'll advertise it in the in the podcast as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm happy to do that. If we got a little video, we
Hmm.
can post up. I could imagine something like Gian's Rocket League. So we're probably giving out a bit too much free promotion here, but I don't mind. Um, I'm sure these people probably don't mind either. Yeah, so with his Rocket League project, for example, submit a video and we could post it up, and that'd be really cool to chuck in. I'm just trying to think if Shane had anything else that we can cover here. Um, Obviously, they're heavily focused on the token launch and launching E2V1 in its pre-alpha stages.
Right.
Um, we'll just finish. We'll see if I can find one of these skin videos, and we'll just have a real brief look at that before we finish up here.
Okay.
Because I really like this skin.
Valentine's one
No, this one
or the other
here.
one?
Yeah, so
Oh. Oh. Okay. Yeah.
I'm not too sure if that's loading properly. Yeah, so I really like this skin here. It's a real shame that
Right.
won't play properly. But yeah, we'll remember that for next time. Try not to play something in Twitter.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah. So couple of things to keep an eye on. Obviously, the Knights tournament. We're hoping for the white paper to come out in the first quarter. So we've nearly got a month and a bit left until that's released. We've got the Rocket League
Right.
tournament, which is coming up soon.
Right. And
And
we got other games that the KOM will be doing also. So keep
yes,
an eye out for that.
yeah, no, that's
Watch,
right.
watch out for announcements.
Yeah, that's
So
it. Keep an eye on the announcements. There's always some goodies up for grabs. If you don't pay attention, you miss out, unfortunately. Anyway, I think that's us for today. Anything else you wanted to
yeah.
add?
Nope. I think this is a good show. Good start. We're back again. So
We're back,
um
baby.
yeah, everybody have a great day and thank you for watching our podcast.
Thanks for watching. Take care.